Companies do not have to be set up like dictatorships. In fact, the original meaning of the word company was just a group of people that work together for the same purpose. There is nothing legal that says you even have to arrange your company around profit. You could arrange it around providing healthcare for the workers if you wanted to. You could arrange it around everyone making the same amount of money. The reason that people think you have to start a dictatorship when you start a business is just because that's the way it was done by the capitalists who were the most notable in the 20th century. Now, once you incorporate, once you become a corporation, suddenly your business has to legally serve the shareholders. So there are a lot of private companies that avoid becoming corporations because they do not want that to be their guidepost. And we don't hear about these companies. And there's a reason. They don't want us to know that there's another way to do things. So I wanted to highlight a couple companies that are worker-owned. The first one is Buymart. They are like an everything retailer that we have here in the PNW. And we went in there the other day to buy a heater because we're boycotting Walmart and Target. And y'all were like, Buymart is awesome. They are employee-owned. Employee-owned means different things to different companies, but from what I could tell from their website, it means that the employees get a share of the profits and they get like amazing healthcare and benefits. And that tracks because we noted when we were in there how awesome their customer service was and how nice they were to us. The guy who helped us get the heater down from the shelf was this guy in his 60s. And he was like, oh, we got to get you the right heater. Let's look at this. Like, he really took time, and we're like, wow, this guy is like trying to win an award for getting us the heater we need. And that's the reason, because he's super happy with his job. Another one we have here just outside Portland is Bob's Red Mill. I don't know if Bob's Red Mill was always employee owned, but I talked extensively to someone who worked there for like 40 years. And he said, yeah, when Bob passed away, he gave the company to the employees. When people say, I'm about to visit Portland, where should I go? I'm like, go to Milwaukee and go to Bob's Red Mill. This place is just unlike anywhere you've ever been. And they have a restaurant inside. And yeah, it's just a very unique place. And they have like every grain you'd ever want. During the last 60 years or so, we have seen the complete degradation of the rights of a person, and it has been completely replaced with the rights of the company or the corporation. I want to put this bug in your ear that we can use this to our advantage as persons. The best documentary ever made on this is The Corporation from 2005. As a red logo, you might remember it. They just made a sequel, I think in 2021. Go watch it. That might give you some ideas for how you can use the structure of a business to meet your personal interests, such as being able to get around zoning laws for your farm, being able to build more than one house on your land. Oh, this is for business interests. A lot of the legal structure that sprung up around business assumed that people would always create dictatorships in their private companies. And it assumed that people would always seek their civil rights through civil means, through political means. As we've seen recently, that only matters if you can get actual legislation through the political system. If you cannot, because you are gridlocked because of political tribalism, then use the path of least resistance. Go where the water wants to flow more easily. Usually people who want love and connection and community and like have big hearts, they create nonprofits. Nonprofits just say, we will not personally profit from the activities of this organization, and so we will get tax benefits. But you could just as easily create a private for-profit company that does some egalitarian thing for a group of people. There are some logistical reasons why dictatorships can be more efficient. Democracy is messy, and so if everybody has a say, it takes longer to decide. And within an environment that is incredibly competitive, speed tends to mean something. And so creating a structure that is more fair to all within the company might make it less competitive economically. However, most of the corporate dictatorships that operate today operate essentially on coercion and slave labor. I will make you work against your will. I will tell you exactly what your schedule is supposed to be. You will get the benefits that I tell you you can get, and you will do this because you are desperate. People who work under those conditions are not going to be very productive because they're going to be less healthy. They're going to be stressed all the time. They are going to be weakened in vitality. So if you create a business where the workers are fundamentally happy, vital, have healthcare, are taken care of, you have more vital, vibrant participants in your business, which means better ideas, more cooperation, just bigger energy overall. And that, in the long term, is a positive engine. It may take a long time to bear itself out. But as we have seen with extractive capitalism versus socialism, where people actually have healthcare, where people actually get good education, and there is investment in the care of the people, over the long term, over generations, it shows that the people are made strong. And the people who operate in the extractive system become weak, become sick, and they are demoralized, they are disempowered. Costco is another company that's very good to its workers and does not make any money off of the sale of items, only memberships. I forgot to say about Bimart, same thing. It costs like $5 for a membership per year, and they do not make any money on the sale of the items. They are sold at cost. So I hope I've inspired you to go out and make a company that is not a dictatorship, because we need to see more examples modeled in the world.